tonight. JD here, Guns in the 701. Appreciate everybody clicking in here. Guess obviously Clayton's not here, so we got Blackbeard, my man Blackbeard's joining me tonight, co-hosting. What's going on? Somewhere down in the compound in the Enderlin area.
Somewhere in the compound. Yeah, Blackbeard Logic is one of my when I was doing the whole T-shirt thing. I am gonna be bringing that back, but Blackbeard says things like, I can fix stupid, but it's gonna hurt, and I'm gonna
I like
enjoy
that.
it just a little bit. Things like that. Sweat hard in the gym, bleed less on the field, stuff like that, and just all around common sense from a guy like me with a big black beard and got a lot of gray in there.
Is there? Man, I can't tell there's any gray in there.
Dude, I put a light on this thing, you'll be like, "Oh, okay, I got you."
I was I was actually gonna ask you what you were gonna do with that when the gray started coming through.
I'm gonna just let it go, man.
Just
When the black beard gets gray, I'll be gray beard. My wife last night, we're making googly eyes at each other, and then she like kind of jumps back a little shocked, and she's like, "Man, your eyebrows are like 70% gray." And I'm like,
oh,
"Way to
mine are
kill the
too.
mood." I mean, what are you doing, woman? I just
My-
pounded out 100 push-ups and then 50 pull-ups. Woman, get in here.
yeah, nice job on that, by the way.
I want to do a challenge just for like our folks, like the 701 militia, and do like
Perfect.
200 push-ups in under 5 minutes, something like that, or 5 minutes, 200 push-ups. Work our way up to it and just upload tons of video. That's one of the things we're going to talk about today is like home defense, and in light of what happened today in
Hmm.
Minnesota, I want to kick that up just a notch and talk about something else. And I posted about this today on my social media, but I want to
Hmm.
talk about that. But
Awesome.
before we get into anything like that, I want to let you guys know that your boy, your boy, uh, Blackbeard will be on with Todd Mitchell Friday, 8:15 Central Time. What is it, Mitchell in the morning?
Yep, Mitchell in
Yep,
the morning, KFYR
Mitchell.
550. I tell you what, you don't. What Clay and I always say, Blackbeard, before I go, get in there on the iHeart app if you got it. It's a free app, and let's do it on there because that way Todd knows how many people are tuned in, and he can give a good gauge on that. And we usually put foot to ass when we're on there. So, all right,
Yeah,
go
Todd
on.
also owes me a bowl of grits for like I don't know 5 years now. I don't understand what
Yeah,
that dude's been up to, but hey, he owes me, so we might talk about that.
awesome,
And
awesome.
I see comments coming in. Gray hair means you're married with kids, brother. Ain't that the truth?
Yeah,
Because ooh,
kids will give you gray hair quick.
100%. And Eli by himself, half the gray hairs in my beard come from that little dude. It no, I'm not a pirate. I used to be a pirate way back in college. They had a name for me. You know
Hmm.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
But
peg leg.
nope.
Oh,
Anyway, let's move on.
all
No,
right.
Blackbeard is one of my pen names that I used to write under, and I have T-shirts that have Blackbeard Logic on it. They carry the 2A701 brand up top, and then the Blackbeard Logic at the bottom. In case you're late to the party, I had things on there like I can fix stupid, but it's gonna hurt.
I got
You
one.
know, sweat more in the gym, bleed less on the field, things like that. Just little things that you get from dudes with a beard like me that's been around for a minute or two
Yep.
and knows a thing or two about a thing or two, that sort of thing. So
Yeah.
that's where that comes from. I'm not a pirate, I'm not Johnny Depp or anything. I'm not that suave.
Yeah, the complete
Yeah,
opposite, really.
100%. Nobody's pooping in my bed. You remember the
Ah,
court case? All that? Oh, just weird. Those people are weird. If you ever look at your life and go, man, I could be, you're not a Hollywood actor or actress. You're not one of those people because you
Mhm.
could very well be, and then your kids will grow up crazy and just god awful.
I mean,
But
some
anyway,
a lot of them do, but I think there's some normal people in Hollywood that they do get normal kids, which you know,
a couple, a
yeah.
couple, yeah. There's a couple of really conservative, but they're down low. They're on the down low, and you never hear about them.
Well, Chris Pratt, I mean, he's kind
Yep.
of tired of holding it back, I think. So he's you know, he's kind of letting it fly, which
James
is awesome.
Woods.
When you get a super famous and powerful guy like that on your side, I'll take it any day.
Yeah, James Woods, another one. Great. That
Yeah.
dude's so good that they banned him across multimedia platforms. So yeah, he Dean Cain. I've come
Yeah.
around to that dude. That dude's awesome.
I mean, dude's an ICE agent now.
Yeah, yeah. Solid, Second Amendment guy.
Big time.
Yeah, really solid guy. Anyway, so
Yeah. All right.
we
Well, let me give you the rundown. Leon, you want to do the Second Amendment here, and then we'll get to a few comments. Or you want me to? You good? You got her off the top of your head there. You need old JD to run
yeah,
through.
I forgot we did that. Oh, yeah, you
Yeah.
better do it. I'm gonna
All
mess.
right. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
And one of our stories that we're going to be talking about is the NRA. They're filing suit because and in light with today's tragedy, this is going to be a good discussion. Should there be a cool off period
Yeah. Yeah.
between
Waiting period for like.
purchase and delivery of your firearm? Like,
Mhm.
and I wonder how, something like this so they came out, with this on Monday that they were going to fight this with a company, I forget
All
the
right,
name.
hold on. We're not gonna get into that. Hold on, we'll get to it. We're gonna,
Sure.
because I know you and me can keep going. And Clay, all right. So let me get to some comments here, Blackbeard, and then we'll get into the queue here, and we'll hit it off because you got it right off the top. Blackbeard's gonna have the best home defense weapon, but what he was getting into there, we will get into, and I'm sure we'll get into a little Minnesota talk at some point in the show. Don't kid yourself about that. 18 wheels, dozen six shooters. What's up, boys? What's up, 18 wheels? That's right, me boy. I know you're probably driving. I got my Coors Light here. Blackbeard, what do you got tonight?
I got a little Shiner Bock. I'm
There
a
you go.
Southern boy, so that Texas Bock, that's
Yeah,
what I
Jason
got.
Aldean's drink of choice there. Good evening, Eric Newman. He said he's from the better half of the Dakotas. One shot cap. Good evening, Patriots. Good evening, buddy. Eric Glosser. Good evening, fella. Good evening, Eric. Haven't seen you in a while. Glad you made it on. Beautiful evening. So anybody who's getting on tonight, I'm happy you guys are making time for us. If not, anybody listen to the show, make sure they download the podcast and listen to it. Brian Warner, good evening, my fellow MVEs. Good evening, Brian. Man, you've been on a vacation tour for a while. One shot captain Blackbeard, you a pirate? Yeah, he is a pirate for sure.
Oh, I like that Pendleton. Oh,
Yeah, Eric,
man, that
Eric's
used to be my poison. Yeah.
1910. He's doing the 1910. And if anybody notices, I got a different background. Gene Cox, there he is. Good evening, Gene. Gene picked up the banner from behind me. He's hanging it up. We got a little deal going. Dakota Territory's gun collector. Matter of fact, I'll do that right now for you, Gene. We'll hit it a few times during the show, but right here, Dakota Territory Gun Collectors Gun Show coming up September 13th and 14th. Share How Event Center, 212 North Main Street in Mulbridge, South Dakota. Admission $10, and you get a chance to perhaps take possession of a Henry lever action. More info, over 100 tables are going to be down here at Dakota Territory Gun Show. For more information, you can contact Mr. Gene Cox, 605-848-2427. So good deal. They'll be up here in a couple weeks for that. But running down the roster here for the night, like I said, Blackbeard's going to have best home defense. Are you saying weapon or are you saying firearm?
Well, I'm thinking weapon. I'm
Okay.
I'm thinking like the overall thing. Like a lot of us, we have firearms, and we're like, yeah, firearms,
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I
when,
mean,
but like I've had to rethink a lot. If you got kids, you want a certain home defense system. Actually you want a system. You don't want a weapon.
All
And
right, hold
that's
that
what I
thought.
want to
Hold
talk
that thought. Let me finish the cue here, my man. Good evening, Whalen Turnus. So Blackbeard's doing that. Then we're gonna have a Wyoming man. Blackbeard. He thought he's gonna make himself a Coke bottle silencer here, and for 5 years he went on a deer shooting spree. And then,
about.
like you said, our waiting periods or quote cooling off periods of purchase fire, is that constitutional? I don't think it is. Blackbeard's going to give us a little more insight on that. And our old boy Beto O'Rourke, he's standing by his gun confiscation declaration made a few years ago. He ain't backing out. He tried to back off on it. Now he's back on it full bore. I mean, he's all in on it. And President Trump, he's tightening the screws on crime in D.C. Blackbeard's going to talk about that a little bit with us. And I don't watch NASCAR anymore, Blackbeard. I might have to start again. Austin Dillon, he won the NASCAR Cookout 400 in the Winchester XP deer season car. Now, what's that all about? You find out because a lot of you might have quit watching. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, NASCAR died when Sterling Marlin murdered Dale Earnhardt and ran. I'm kidding. It was. I know it
Jesus.
was. And then we're gonna have the happy ending chronicle. So should be a good show. And let's just go ahead and keep going where you were going there with the best home defense weapon, Blackbeard.
Well, it's and this is going to kind of get into what happened today.
Okay.
With me, I've evolved home defense. I was thinking biggest gun, most lethal, that sort of thing.
Okay.
But when you have like I'm way out in the middle of nowhere. Like you need breadcrumbs and like a compass to
Yeah.
find this place. But even here, you got to have home defense. And what I have come to think of my home defense system. I mean, one obviously I'm a IT guy, so I got cameras everywhere. And if
Mm-hmm.
anyone has suggestions, throw them in the comment section, and we'll read them
So what
off.
kind of cameras do you use, real quick? I'm curious.
So I have these PMZ. They are dome cameras, so they have a
Oh,
360
sure. I know what you're
view.
talking about. Yep.
So, and I have them all over my property. Like I have them in the house, various rooms
Awesome.
in the house. I have them on my outbuilding. I have my Wi-Fi just beaming, laser hot out anywhere on my property. Like I
Yeah.
don't need trail cams out here. I can just,
Mm-hmm.
put one of these things out there that as long as I have power, I'm good to go. They're IP cameras, so I can connect to them anywhere on the planet that I want to. And if you need some of these things, DM me. I'll hook you up. I'll install them. A lot of folks like the wired cameras. I'm an IP. I like a IP address that I can directly connect to, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm good. So you got that going. My second, and I would argue this is probably my first line of defense is bow. You need a good dog.
Mm-hmm.
A dog is your first line of defense, and it can't be a timid dog. It's got to be a bow. It's got to be a dog that he can hear something coming a mile up the street, and he's letting you know it. And you're pissed
Yep.
at him because he's making all that noise and cutting up and all that. And that dog's
Perfect.
doing what he's supposed to do. And God help the person that lays a finger on Eli
Bo
while
is a
Bo's
Bo's a
around.
pretty stout beast there for sure. I've met Bo. He's a beast.
I got video of me training him to like when I grab Eli, he takes an arm. Like, and he does that. I have video on social media of me training him to do that. Yeah, he's a beast. And back then he was just a puppy.
And if you don't, yeah, I was
Now,
gonna say if you don't know who Bo is, it's Blackbeard's dog.
yep, he is a black and tan tree walker coonhound. I got him from my
Yep.
good buddy Marty Beard. I love that dude.
And
That dude's awesome.
Axel and Lynette's dog's in love with Bo.
Oh yeah. Oh, and you tell hey, Act Lynette, you tell her that I showed Bo that picture. That porcupine's got problems now.
That's
I'm
right. Yeah, his
telling you
dog.
right now.
Yeah, Liberty got stung
Well,
with the porcupine quills there.
yeah, that sucks. Now, we can move on to firearms now. Now, I used to think, and I still do in certain quarters. I used to think a shotgun was the best defense, and it is, depending on the length, because you want to be able to clear a house with that. And if you got I don't know, a long barrel, it's awful hard to clear like that. So
Yeah.
I normally go with, for me, I normally go with a 10-inch AR, and
Is
it's
that in
got
your
my light on
300
it.
or the Gods cartridge?
What's that?
You going with the 300 black or the Gods cartridge for that?
No, so and see, I've evolved from that. I was a big 300 blackout guy. Like, ask any of my friends. I was the only weirdo out there with the 300
Oh, I know
blackout.
some dudes with some 300, but go on.
Yeah, but now I like the continuity of ammo. So everything I run for home defense is either 9 millimeter or 223 wild, or God's cartridge
Mhm.
5.56.
Yeah.
So with me, I have that and like 9 millimeters all over the house. But what I was thinking, and someone give me feedback on this. I'm thinking for my wife, and we train. She shoots. She's good with a firearm. But I was thinking about a bufferless um, 9 millimeter rifle, a carbine,
Mhm. Mhm.
because I'm looking at that thing, and very low recoil, very low recoil, easy
Yeah.
for a woman to pick up, and plus it's not gonna hit my neighbors over there if I have the right ammo in it. So I'm thinking that might be a really good investment. I saw a friend of ours; he had a really nice one. I look at the aesthetics of some of the 9 millimeter carbines, and I don't like them. I had one at one point, and I sold it, got rid of it. But I think it was a high point or something like that.
Yeah.
But
They're ugly, but they work.
yeah, but some of these, so I like, for especially for a woman or a male with diminished strength. 9 millimeter carbine, you can reach out and touch a
Oh
bad
yeah.
guy with that thing. Throw a
Oh,
light on there. Yeah,
100%.
that'll
My
work.
buddy Wyatt has one. He won at an NRA banquet, by the way, and he put a red dot on. I mean, in our 10-yard gong out at our ranch, I mean, you could just wail on that thing at will at 130 yards with that 9 millimeter. I think
Oh
we're
yeah,
using what
accurate.
115s, but yeah. Oh, it was money. Yeah, couldn't believe it. We were, and of course, I think that had, I don't remember what length barrel, 10 maybe, or what, I don't, but I mean, the velocity was way up from a handgun too. It was going like 1,500 feet per second with them 115. So that gives it the
That's
added
amazing.
power,
Yep.
to. Well,
Oh yeah, that's
real
that's
quick, let
the
me get
thing
to a
about
few comments.
yeah.
CN, not a doctor. Let's go, Ruger. He's bringing that back, Ruger Smith, and I used to be Ruger Smith all the time. Love it. I should have maybe kept that. John Regalis says a nagging wife is a good first line of defense as well. Yeah, stick her out there. One shot cap. He says, I don't have a bow, but I got a Shih Tzu. Hey, they can bark and make a hell of a lot of noise.
That's what
Matt,
you want. You want that
yeah,
indication, so hey, something's wrong, you grab your side piece on the side table there, or yeah, that's what you
yeah.
want.
Eric Newman, it says a gun sits by his bed. 450, I think it's a 450, 454 Casul 10.
Ooh,
Is it Casul or Castle? 10.5-inch barrel shooting 200 grain. Yeah, that'll turn your head into a pumpkin right there.
yep.
Gene Cox, he says Henry Homestead. Right, I was thinking of that, Gene. So is that a 16-inch barrel on that too? Because I love them Henry Homesteaders. Those things are badass and they shoot awesome. Matt says, Leon, what about the Keltec Sub 2000?
Didn't we already talk about this at one point? I I'll tell you this, my firearm that's by my bed, my pistol is, obviously my Canic. I got 20 rounds in that thing, meaning I can light you up 20 ways from Sunday.
Right.
I also have that,
What are you
I think
running
it's
for ammo in there? I'm curious on.
I can't say. They're older, and I think they may be banned now.
The Black Talons or something?
Yeah,
All
exactly.
right, perfect ammo for Blackbeard.
Yep.
All right,
Anyway,
go.
you trying to get me in trouble, man? Come on now.
I just said that because I remember seeing it on Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, but and I also so I have my short was at one point illegal because it has the wrist brace on it, and I think I'm gonna get a collapsible. But the thing that's right under my bed is that tricked out AR that I'm holding in one of those pictures I think I sent to you. That bad
Let's
boy has a
see.
strobe on it. It has that light with just an ungodly amount of
Well,
lumens.
it's
So
not
if I
that
turn,
one.
nope, not that one. I think I sent it to you privately.
Yeah, I did.
I
I
was
never
holding
loaded
it
that. I
up.
was just seeing if Clay had it, but he did. He didn't.
And it
I'm
has
not.
an MOA red dot on it, so if Nick picks that thing up, it's zeroed in. It does not move. That thing holds zero like nothing I've ever seen.
Awesome.
And the lumens that come out of that flashlight will absolutely blind you. But
Yeah. So if anybody
the
forgets, lumens are wide in the room. They make you bright. They
oh, you're
don't
gonna
have the
get all
beam.
collegey on us now?
Nope. I'm just. Go
I
ahead. Go
knew
ahead.
it. When you started wearing glasses, I was like, this dude, he's gonna get all wordy on me. Anyway.
No, not right now.
Oh yeah,
Just so I can see the screen, man. It ain't because of high IQ.
right, right. But, uh, and I also like the shotgun. Like, we have a couple of shotguns at various places at the farm. Like the ones in the house, they have birdshot in them. And
Hmm.
that's for a reason, you know. The ones that I'm gonna use, and I think I've shown you these. They are the knockout punch. They have the frags in there.
Yeah.
They have the I think they're double aught. And I mean, oof, you do not wanna get hit with one of these things.
No. No,
Yeah,
not at all. That.
but the absolute, best line of defense is you, the dude. It's why I work out. It's why like, my son, I don't know, you may have seen on my social media, my son, he had an issue, downtown Fargo. He's out, he's with his friends, with his girlfriends, and something jumped off, and he couldn't handle it because
Mhm.
uh, I don't know, liberals in his ear telling him not to be a macho man. My boy's a beast right now.
Yeah, I noticed. I saw that you posted his
He is
did his
an
own training thing
absolute
there.
beast. That
Looked.
one experience taught him, "You better get right. You are a
Yeah,
man. You are a protector." I don't care how I'm
absolutely.
50 years old. I'll get out there and knock out 200 push-ups. Right with you, if you're 25, I'll get out there and I'll do it because I have to, because I have a family to protect. And with that, um, I'm going to talk a little bit about what happened today, unless you have some
I'll just get a few
monsters to get
comments in. And I'll
into.
let you do it. I was talking about my buddy's 9 mil. He said it's a 9-inch barrel, 27-inch overall.
Nice.
So yeah, it was a Stag Arms. I remember. I mean, I know that because I was working the damn ATF thing when he won it. So you let
Oh,
him
that's
win it,
good.
JD. No, I didn't. All right, so let me get to a few of these here. I got a Winchester 20 gauge. Gene Cox says Winchester 20 gauge youth, 20-inch barrel loaded with #3 buck. That'll
You
definitely
know,
do it. I mean, you can take some arms off.
I've
Uh,
heard a lot of people tell me, because I've been kind of bouncing this off of friends of mine, and that whole youth shotgun
mhm.
is a real thing because it's short enough to clear easy, so you can go room to room without sticking that big long
Yeah,
barrel out there.
20-inch
Yeah,
barrel ain't.
yeah,
It ain't that bad for sure. And I mean, I'm definitely. I mean, AR is my main thing. I have a handgun, in my bedroom. Lurks to
yeah.
me all the time. But I mean, if I got a choice, I definitely want a rifle. Corey Merriman says, "Love my Keltec sub 2000. Only thing that bothers me is the lefty and spent rounds are coming out real close." Eric Galazer, Keltec KSG bullpup 12 gauge by the bed, and of course the EDC pistol. Yeah, you're set. You're good to go there with
That
both of those.
bullpup, oof. I got caught holding one of those things, and my friends just they never let me live that down. But I
I
like
mean,
that bullpup. I like the bullpup design. I love it.
that. Oh, and you get. Yeah, I think it holds like 18 rounds too,
Yep,
and you can like
yep.
flip that baby over the other side, and yeah, that's a badass. One shot cap, 3-inch Judge works well. Absolutely, it does. Brian
100.
Warner, I got one good ass whooping left of me, but not sure if I'm Giving it or getting it.
I don't
Ah,
know if some of you guys saw, but like one of the things that I love about this new administration is like they're our war fighters under Pete Hegseth. They're
animals.
badass, man.
Yeah,
You're
soy
right. They're
balls them up.
animals. They're beasts, and that's what you want. And so they issued that challenge. I issued it on my social media on Facebook. I got like I don't know 900 views on that thing. But
Awesome,
very
man.
few people interacted. Very few people said, "Hey, I'm gonna jump in there and do that." I wanna see more
Well,
of that.
I did send you a private one here,
I
and
wasn't gonna I wasn't gonna mention that until you mentioned it.
yeah,
So
yeah. As far as push-ups go, I since I have my surgery, I can't really do flat-handed, and I got to
Yep.
use the perfect push-up, and it elevates it.
Whatever you gotta do, whatever you gotta do to be the protector God intended you to be. And that's what every male I had to get that through my son's head. And again, go to my social media. The boy's a beast and he trains. He trains Eli. Like I got a heavy bag hanging out in the garage. I got weights hanging out in the garage. I got my Bowflex out there.
Yep.
You have to stay on top of your game, and I'm not. You don't have to be Superman. You don't have to be like
But you
Apollo
can't be
Creed,
freaking
but
mom
you got to
commie,
be
and you can't
able.
even be. And by the way, that wasn't 135 pounds.
Nope,
That
nope.
that little soy boy had 35. They were. I think they were 25 pounders on there, not
And
even
he had to
35s,
have
right?
help getting that thing off his chest. These people, and these are the people
Yeah, he
that
couldn't
are.
even pull it off the rack.
Yeah,
And that guy's out there talking tough, and we're gonna fight Trump. I mean, we're really gonna fight him. I'm
you're
like,
gonna
dude,
fight.
you
You're
could
gonna
punch
fight.
me square in the nose. I'm gonna laugh at you. You
Yeah,
can't bench. You got no power, and I guarantee you that guy doesn't know how to turn into a punch. Come
no.
on, dude. I'm not.
The,
There's some badass freaking lefties out there, but mom commie,
he is not one of them.
or should I say, Leon? Should I say mom scrummy, scrawny?
Monstrani. I I like when Bill Gates was out there talking about what's good for us. I reject people like that. I reject if
Yeah.
you are a spaghetti armed, limp wristed soy boy. I don't want to hear any. I my I have a thing, and you can ask my wife this. We can be at a banquet or a prayer service or whatever, and I can be there for 5 minutes, and the preacher or the leader, he's got about 2 seconds to impress me because I know what you're about. I want a dude that I mean, you don't have to be profanity laced or anything like that, but I want a
Mhm.
dude to be a dude, and I think that's something that we're missing in this generation. And
Well,
it's sad. It's
the
like you look at all of our me and Chris Berg, we went around about this because way back in the day, I was going to go on Gray Communications. That fell through because I'm a racist, bigot, white supremacist, and but
obviously.
they had this dude that they brought in from I don't know Chicago or Los Angeles, and he was a soy boy, the only black dude on the airwaves anywhere near the Fargo Moorhead area, and he's a soy boy. And I have an issue with that. Men
Yeah.
need boys need men to look up to so they know what to be and how to behave. Again, my son, hanging out with liberals
Mhm.
made him soft. And
The
again, he's a
soy
beast
boys
right
don't demand respect, so
and they implement policies that hurt us. Like this
100%.
whole so let's talk about
All right,
something more.
hold on. We're gonna do our first break. When we come
Okay.
back, we got to do the like been calling. We got to do the eggplant sponsor, and we'll come back. Hold that thought. JD here, Guns in the 701. Got my guest Blackbeard on from 2A701. Starting next week, gonna have his own show here on the Guns in the 701 network. Great having you on. That's right. Gun up, baby. I love it. We'll be right back.
LAUER Auto Repair, located at 303 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at Lauer Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with Lauer, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake. Lauer Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at Lauer Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's Lauer Auto Repair, 701-258-6308.
701-258-6308.
Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
All right, we're back. JD here, Guns in the 701. Blackbeard's with me tonight. Clay's out, obviously, had something come up. Yeah, Blackbeard Logic. Like I said, you're going to have his own show next week. CN, I got a text here from CN, not a doctor. He was in the comments. He said, keep it toxic and masculine, boys. 100%. Which we are. Yeah. Toxic masculinity.
As a country for 200 some odd years. So, yeah.
249, 250 next year. Trump's it's gonna be. I can't wait till next July. July is my favorite month anyway. And DJT, the greatest president of my lifetime, and probably top 3 of all time in the United States, is gonna put on one hell of a 250 anniversary celebration for the greatest country, not just in the world, but the history of the world. So. 100%. All right, you want to, and by the way, if you guys hey, support our sponsors, we can't do this for free. And right up there in the corner, you can go ahead and scan that. You can donate that way. Clay and I got something going, patronage account that's going to be coming on our website hopefully by next week. And hopefully I'm going to get a different banner up here. What do you think, Blackbeard? I threw it together back there. Got that.
I like it, man. Yeah, you
God,
know I like
guns,
the
and
whole
guts.
tattered flag, man.
Yeah, my mom.
There. Yeah,
my
I
mom
love
got
it.
me that. I got the AR I built right here, and then I got the coyote I got right there. And my dad and I shot him right before I shot my biggest whitetail ever. So, all right, man. All right, so go on.
So with me, I'm going to backtrack just a little bit. I think that we should, like what you said, we need to support the sponsors that sponsor this show. And the reason that is so important is because, again, like my son, like the argument I had with Chris Berg, and arguments that I've had with many folks here in the Dakotas, we need voices like Jamie's, like mine, like Clay, like
So what was Bernie's argument against that?
I don't want to get into it because I love the dude and he's been through a bit. He's been through a lot. So I'm just gonna leave it there. But we need and I'm gonna sound like a pinky out liberal right now, but we need spaces like this so we can express our masculinity, so we can get out, say the things that we say to each other face to face, even though we're hundreds of miles away. It could be a community. And I love it, man. I love watching Jamie go nuts on the podcast. I'm like yelling at the computer, or if I'm driving in my truck, I'm yelling at the truck, Jamie, blah, blah, blah. I love that, man. And you don't get that without sponsors. So, support every sponsor that they have, that we have, and, keep voices like this coming out to you guys. We're a little nutty, yeah, but so are you. So
and by the way, you can buy the swag. I just worked on some caps yesterday. Sent out actually that video. I think I sent it to you too, and I was starting to press them on. So if you guys think you guys just have all your stuff. No, I actually press on the leather patches before we get them signed. Because why do you do that? Because it saves us $5 when they sew them on and they go exactly where the hell I want them. So.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the reason I don't do the hats and the shirts anymore, I can't. It's not cost effective. Like I mean, man,
Nah, it's
and
not.
people, and I
It's
would,
not.
I do give away a lot of swag, and I probably shouldn't. And my wife yelled at me about it and all of that, trying to get the word out. But it is not cheap, you know.
No,
Yeah,
especially now.
yep,
It's like I told these guys, and I appreciate it. I think we had 4 people want to buy caps, and I'm like, they're $30. They're like, who cares? I'm like, I
yep,
know it sounds steep, and one of the guys coming, he's like, shit, a T-shirt at Shields is $30 now, so that sounds like a pretty good deal, man.
yep,
So yeah,
100%.
I
So
got another comment text. It just remember, Ruger, we are the bloodline of men who would not be ruled.
100%.
Absolutely,
I think
absolutely.
I think when Trump got shot in the face by these damn dirty liberals, I think it woke up something primal in that dude. I think that dude was
It did
always
me,
a
actually. I remember
log.
that.
Oh yeah. I'm like, mother, and I don't curse. I don't use a lot of profanity, but oh man, I was ready to arm up.
Yeah,
But
agreed.
there's something to be said about that. Like someone said, keep it toxic and masculine.
Yeah, see, I'm not a doctor, dude.
Said about that. It's always the weak men, the effeminate men that come after the toxic masculine men have built something, have built a thing, and they come in and try to feminize it. Well, maybe
Hmm.
we don't need to be blah blah blah. Maybe we don't need to say certain words. I'm like, you know what? Screw you. Brian, you a very smart guy. So there you go. But anyway, all right. So I have this philosophy, and this is going to get into my broader discussion about what happened in Minneapolis today. I have a philosophy, and I have had it for quite some time. And people that know me, they'll be able to tell you this.
Hmm.
I love my family, meaning my wife is armed. If you are anywhere, like my wife and my son don't go anywhere that they can't be armed. I don't go anywhere. If you see me, I'm armed. So, you know,
Yeah.
and my son doesn't go to anyone's house if the male of that house isn't a Second Amendment supporter. So he'll never go to like a Thomas Riley. He'll never be alone in a room with a guy like Thomas Riley. Mind you.
Oh my, yeah, I
Yeah,
saw you in the
never.
back on your social media today.
Any sleepovers that my son might have, like I have no issue with bringing Eli over, dropping him out off at Axel's and Lynette's, and letting him play for the afternoon while I go work. No problem.
Yep,
Jamie, no problem.
yep,
But if you're not, if you like to have your khakis pleated and your sweater vest jauntily tied around your shoulders, and you think that ARs are big, scary, no, my son's nowhere near you because you're probably gay, and you don't have my son's best interest at heart. That being said, I think that men who send their kids willingly to kill boxes, which is what they are, gun-free zones are basically soft targets. They're kill boxes. Why the hell would any red-blooded American willingly send their son to that? Which is what happened today. This gutter piece of crap,
mm-hmm.
mentally unstable, and
Well,
that's a whole
Leon,
nother
it was a
discussion.
leftist. I mean, all the stuff that it
Oh,
had
100.
written all over its shit was, I mean, it was a leftist.
It smells like MK Ultra is what it smells like to me. Like you take a mentally unstable person,
Hmm.
you jack him up with hormones that don't belong in his body, and you expect that to be okay.
Yeah, because
He's already mentally unstable.
he was
Do
trying to
you know what
transform.
estrogen does to women, let alone what it does to men? Like there are
Careful.
periods, there are literally periods of time where I shut myself here in my man cave because I love my wife, but
Yeah.
there's but the and that's tongue in cheek. I mean, my wife's awesome. I love her, and she puts up with me.
I mean,
But
every real guy needs a man. I got one too. I got my weights here. I got my reloading bench over there. A closet over here with all my ammo. I could. And yeah, you got a TV in your man cave? Yeah, man. So I can watch gun
100%.
shit on YouTube.
But what I'm saying is, we have thoroughly screwed an entire, well, not an entire generation of boys, but we're acting like, oh my God, this is just weird. Why are what's going on? We have politicians right now blaming the guns. I saw Amy Klobuchar's stupid face on TV talking
That
about,
man
well,
voice.
we know it's
Oh, it's way too high pitched.
yeah. Oh, we know it's a fully
There you go.
automatic weapon because it shot all those people. Shut your face hole. What are you talking about? No one is talking about the fact that this kid was screwed up in the head, and he should never have been able to purchase this dude had an arsenal,
I mean,
and
did he
he
buy
was
it now? Did that come
absolutely,
out?
I have no idea, but he has an arsenal, and he should not have had any of that stuff because he should have been in the DSM-5 labeled insane before we normalize insanity.
I
This
mean, was he
dude,
insane or was he just an evil
oh,
piece of
dude, that
piece of
dude was
shit?
insane. Did you read his? You just got to go online and read.
I read
This
some of
guy
it. I mean,
was.
I'm not with everybody who thinks these guys are nuts. I think they're just evil freaking rats. They're
Well,
just
I
evil
I don't doubt
scumbags.
that. I do not doubt that. And Satan will use some demons will use people like that, get in their heads
Z-
because they're already off kilter, that
Yeah.
sort of thing. So
Well,
I
remember
get what you're saying.
the dude in Uvalde? They said when he found the door unlocked and the kids heard him. Well, well, well. What do we have here? I mean, the guy was just like overjoyed
That's
about it.
demonic.
That is
That
that
is
is
demonic.
that is to me.
Again,
That's just evil, demonic, like you say, demonic, evil shit. I don't.
and again, you think about that, and you think about what a dude is supposed to feel when he walks in a room and there are kids in danger. This dude is the exact opposite of that. That
Mhm.
means he is off his friggin' rocker. It's and it's not you guys, it's not just liberals that every time something like this happens,
Yeah, you said you're
they
gonna tell
jump
me
on
about
there.
somebody on our side was going
Yeah,
stupid here.
so Trade Gowdy, and I used to
What?
love this dude.
You
Used to
gotta
love
be
this
kidding me.
dude. Oh,
Pinhead
you're
did
gonna
it?
be pissed because you were in the camp that this dude is talking about. He
Oh,
says we need to have a conversation about gun control as a country.
wow.
We're going to have a conversation. Freedom versus protecting children. How many school shootings does it take before we're going to have a conversation about keeping firearms out of, and then it's inaudible. It's always young white males, mostly always. That's a quote from Trey Gowdy on Fox News today.
I mean, the only thing he's right about in that whole thing was, I mean, it usually is white
Nope,
guys who shoot schools
you're
up and
wrong,
shit.
dude. You are
I mean,
wrong.
am I?
7 out of the last 10 school shooters were
Okay,
trans.
recently I'll agree with you, but I'm saying
They
like
are
over the
trans.
last decade, probably it's usually.
And I will disagree with you even more if the media categorize mass shootings the way they're supposed to. Black dudes would have that by a country mile.
Okay.
Again, in Chicago, every weekend
Yeah.
there are
Oh, for sure.
multiple mass shootings that happen,
Well,
and
there's
more than 2 people die.
yeah. Well,
Like,
they're
this
starting to.
would be a mass shooting, what happened today. But what happened last weekend in Chicago where 7 people died
I mean, that
on
happens
1
every
block,
weekend there.
yeah, that's not considered a mass
If not,
shooting.
I mean, if not more. Right, right, right.
Oh,
But I mean, they're starting to consider now. If you look at the
yep.
gun control archive or whatever it was, I talked about it on Todd's show last week. Yeah, I mean, they're categorizing like people coming out of the nightclubs at 2 in the morning and having a beef with each other and opening up, and 3 people get shot. Oh, there was a mass shooting. You
Well,
know,
hang on. It's more than that. You can be all liquored up, come out the nightclub, and you can have a problem, and you whip out your piece, and you just spray sideways like Ice Cube and Friday. Or, and this is what normally happens. This is what normally happens. You have a block, like let's say we're in Chicago, and you got O Block, which is a notorious violent gang block. O Block, it's like the baddest block in Chicago, South Side, and you got people on another block that want a little bit of reputation. So you got folks hanging out in O Block outside because they're always outside. We like to be outside, and I put me in that category because obviously I'm out in the middle of nowhere. I love it, but
Not in
but
December.
these people, they're sitting on their cars, they're sitting out, and then you get a couple of guys that'll come up and just spray and pray with their Dracos or AKs. That to me is a
Choppers.
mass shooting. That to me is indiscriminate violence, gun violence. But we can't talk about that because then we'd have to talk about the propensity for violence in these neighborhoods that are predominantly black. What do we do about that? Nobody wants to talk about that. Let's just
Oh,
put that to
Trump
the
does
side.
it when they do, and then he's a dictator and a racist.
Oh, we're going to talk about that.
Yeah,
We're going to talk about that.
let me get a few of these comments here, and Barbara, we will continue. Eric says, my son carries about 15 knives on him at any given time, and one is usually a Croc Dundee size knife. Yeah, if you didn't see that, Mick Dundee's got himself a hell of a. No, that's a knife. There you go, right there. Leon's got one back there.
I can show you some knives, buddy. I got a couple.
Amen. You got amen, Leon. Amen. Eric Glauser says, we blame the gun because we don't deal with mental illness. Instead, in many ways, we celebrate it and tell others they are wrong if they don't. Yeah, there is some of that, like people all about like mental illness. We got to embrace it and bring it out. And nah.
Dude, I talked about a couple of years ago, I talked about we need to back off this whole mental illness and counselors for every kid and blah, blah, blah. And this, I thought we were embracing that whole mental illness crutch way too
Man,
hard.
I've never. I mean, I always thought, like you said, I always thought that. Hold on, Justin Latinsky says my comments aren't getting. Justin, nothing we're doing on our end, buddy. I promise you that. We're just always doing it on YouTube. I'm not sure why they're not coming through, but I got that one. I apologize if they're not. It's not nothing we're doing to you on our end. So, and Brian Warner, our MVE says, does crazy actually have a color?
Nope. You know why? I know so many Southern white moms and my mom in the same boat. And the favorite phrase whenever you had company coming over, white or black, was, hide your crazy. We got company coming. So crazy comes in every denomination, brother.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Yep.
I don't, I'm just checking here on this comment. Yeah. Only one of them Justin, only one of them came through here on YouTube. I'm sorry, man.
I would have issues. Like I'd be on the road and I'll try to put a comment in. I can see it on my end. It would never come up. So
yeah. All right.
There's some glitches,
So I tell you what, Leon, we're going to do the big ad here. It's about 5 minutes. We're going to come back. I don't mean to cut you off on this topic, but let's move on.
Do what you got to do, brother.
And if you want to listen to any further conversation about this, I can tell you where you can. Leon's going to be on with Todd Mitchell Friday morning, KFYR 550. If you're in the Bismarck area, 99.7 FM. If you're down in Texas, the iHeart app, go ahead and listen to it on there.
100%.
Leon and Todd are going to hit on that. Well, I thought you said he was Blackbeard. I was calling him Blackbeard. It's Leon. It's LF.
Yep.
Leon's my brother, man.
I'm going to turn Todd into a proud boy. You want to tune into that.
Todd probably is, really. Bring out his inner PB there. So, 100%. All right. So, when we come back, we'll get some comments going here if anybody has some comments on the break. And if not, like I said, Wyoming, man, he's got his Coke bottle silencers. He went on a 5-year deer shooting spree. We're going to break this down a little bit, and then we're going to get into Blackbeard's got waiting periods. Are they constitutional to buy your firearm? And all right, we'll be right back. JD, Guns in the 701. Got my co-host Blackbeard tonight, guys. Hang tight. We will be back here in short order. I'm actually looking for our big ad right here. It isn't that one. I was a nasty person. We'll do this one. We'll be right back, guys and gals.
LAUER Auto Repair, Located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at Lauer Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with Lauer, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake.
Make no mistake.
Lauer Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at Lauer Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's Lauer Auto Repair, 701-258-6308.
701-258-6308.
Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Experience the exhilaration of power in your hands at Bloodline Kinetics. Why Cerakote? Simply, it aids in firearm preservation while also giving your piece a unique look. Barrel threading, NFA laser engraving, bolt handle threading, mount, level, and bore, sight scope chamber rebarreling, and much more. Bloodline Kinetics is meant to reflect a long American lineage in gun ownership, who stand for the Second Amendment rights, Bloodline, and the science behind gun accuracy, Kinetics. To some, it's just a constitutional right that can go away. To us, it's in our American bloodline, and we believe it should stay that way. Here at Bloodline Kinetics, we understand that hunters, sportsmen, women, and gun owners should have a quality firearm. Stop and see us at 2008 Morrison Avenue 2 in Bismarck, North Dakota, 58504, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 701-390-7997. Visit our website, bloodlinekinetics.com.
Looking for the best gun gear for every and any situation? Little Angry Man Arms LLC has you covered. Top-notch guns from top-name brands like Winchester, Glock, Sig Sauer, and Ruger to essential extras from Magpul, Streamlight, Hollow, Sun Optics, and more. Little Angry Man Arms LLC have everything to make your shooting adventures a success. Visit littleangrymanarms.com today and gear up for your next big hunt, competition, or home defense. Don't miss out on our exclusive deals. Little Angry Man Arms LLC, based in Trail City, South Dakota, your ultimate hunting partner.
At Horton LaserCraft, we believe in the power of personalization. Whether it's a cherished memory, a special occasion, or a unique gift, our custom laser engraving brings your vision to life. Our expert craftsmen and state-of-the-art technology ensure every piece is a work of art. From personalized decor to one-of-a-kind keepsakes, Horton LaserCraft makes every moment unforgettable. Horton LaserCraft is owned and operated by a local veteran and his wife located near Thunderhawk, South Dakota. They provide custom laser products at a reasonable price, and their turnaround time is fast and efficient.
Custom board cutting, glassware, decanter sets, mugs, assorted stainless steel jewelry, assorted tags, decor, custom acrylic nightlights, and much, much more.
Call them up at 605-545-7535. Horton LaserCraft, where memories are engraved.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for being on here. JD here, Guns in the 701, co-host tonight, Blackbeard from 2A701. Hey, guys and gals, you listening, make sure you hit that whatever platform you're on. Like, love, subscribe, whatever you got. Just make sure you hit that like button for us. Appreciate that. And by all means, support all of our sponsors if you can. And as I said before, Blackbeard, I thought Clay was going to get this up. Our new sponsor, Kalon's Auto Service, Lemmon, South Dakota.
Yep.
Check those guys out. They got on board, done a lot of great work for Clay's pickup there. He's been working on 62. Appreciate Kalon getting on board with us. Hopefully, Clay and Deeks get that commercial up in short time. And so, like we're talking about, like Blackbeard was talking about here, pretty much his first hour. That's kind of a lot of stuff you're going to get on Blackbeard's show, man. I mean, I get some topics, and I'll read it out and break it down a little bit, but Blackbeard, he freewheels it more than I do. That's just kind of his style, man. He can do that better than me.
I talk a lot.
You know, I can, if you get me going on some gun shit, like I was on Todd's show last week, started talking prairie dogs. I could see in his face I had to stop myself because I was nerding out too much. Let me get to a few comments here. Then we're gonna get this Wyoming dude here. So Justin says, Censor 2 must be blocking me for telling the truth. Good chance, man. They do pull that shit. Waylon Turnus, X isn't posting my comments. We need more decal. My boy wants to promote you guys. Love it. We'll be in touch for what we want to get. Awesome, Waylon. Let me know because I am getting some more decals. We are kind of whittling through them quicker than I thought. I appreciate that, man. That's awesome. Eric Glauser says, shameless plug. If anyone needs a coyote problem fixed, he can help. And Eric does he does a lot of what do you call the night hunting there, Leon, with the thermals.
Yep.
My neighbor guy does that too up in Golden Valley. Yeah. If you do, he's serious, man. Eric, he'll come out and handle it, man. I've seen him. He stacks them up. Oh, you said you'll tag along with him, Eric. All right. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, Eric Newman says Kalon does good work for sure. All right. Love that. And all right, let's get right into it here. I said I was going to give you the story about this dude in Wyoming. Green River man used a Coke bottle silencer in 5-year deer shooting spree. So 5 years it took him to track this cat. And trust me, it ain't because of this cheesy ass silencer he's got, which we'll get into here in a little bit. Game wardens say Tim Cooks of Green River attached his makeshift suppressor made from plastic Coke bottles to a Marlin 22 caliber rifle that he used to illegally shoot multiple deer. Mr. Crooks was sentenced to 15 days in jail for wanton waste of big game animals, while charges of using an illegal suppressor were dismissed. Trust me, I know you want this guy's ass busted for being a poaching scumbag, but yeah.
Did he at least eat the meat? Did he save any of it? Did he?
No, he did not that I'm seeing here.
Well, then he is a scumbag.
Yeah. So I got a few of this. This guy says he was in the Marine Corps. He's got a few comments here now and at the end here. I don't want to get right into it, right, but I'll just read this. The pop bottle contraption might have done an okay job of quieting the shot, said Vince Benata of Cody, a Marine Corps veteran and retired law enforcement officer. Now, Vince, we got another one from you at the end here, and we're not going to agree. So the first deer was reported shot in August of 2018. And the last deer confirmed to be shot was a doe, August 2023. And a game warden was called to the scene to euthanize that buck. But he actually got one here, Leon, in September of 2022. He shot it with his 22 in September of 2022. Probably a gut shot. Damn thing went on a kid's playground at Harrison Elementary School in Green River. Laid down, and the kids found this deer laying there bleeding out. It wouldn't get up, right? Shot in the gut or whatever.
Yeah, as a hunter, you never want to do anything that.
No, I mean, man, and I'll tell you, if I wound a freaking prairie dog, I know they're varmints and I want to eliminate that sucker. Well, you said you laugh when you shoot them. Well, sometimes I do, and they fly in the air 3 feet and blow. I do, but they don't even know what hit them, man. If they're wounded, I want to hit them again as quick as I can. And I don't want animals suffering. I don't dig that.
And you don't want kids to find. You don't want to bring a bad light to what we love doing. Like everyone on the stream is probably a hunter, probably loves it. Like I don't want my kid to see something that like horrific and turn him off of it. You don't want guys like
deer are cute, man. I'm an old guy. I love to watch a deer. I like seeing deer. I laugh at them when they're out eating and doing play. And you got some poor deer shot in the guts, and he comes over and lays down. And now, if it was this dude from Minnesota and he was gut shot and laid down, I might go over and stick a finger in the hole and wiggle it around on him. But yeah. So anyways, game wardens and Green River police officers conducted a warranted search of Crook's home in August of 23. The seized firearms, including a Marlin 22 rifle. Marlin 22, semi-automatic, probably 20-inch barrel on it, been around for a decade. Kind of got a similar action to the Ruger 1022. Not quite as reliable as that, but they're good little 22s. They got the 22 ammunition. They keep calling this thing a suppressor and a homemade suppressor. Ballistic testing later matched bullets found in some of the deer carcasses with the Marlin rifle. His hunting privilege, Blackbeard, they revoked him for 10 years. He forfeited the rifle and the suppressor to the Game and Fish Department, right? So how effective was it? Here's where this other guy, I told you, Veneta, retired Marine Corps and retired law enforcement. Well, he never retired from the Marines, I guess. As for the effectiveness of the Coke bottle suppressor, Veneta said it might possibly reduce the sound of a 22 rifle. I could see that happening. He said, adding that making a homemade suppressor is a dicey proposition. Yeah, it is. But listen,
I've seen some steel wool suppressors that
right.
get the job done.
So a suppressor. So what he did with this thing was he took two of the liter bottle, not the 175 liter bottles. Is that what the bigger? And he tried to make like two chambers. He put one on the barrel, and then he duct taped the big end to the bottom end of another one, like it was open. And because when how a suppressor works is it goes off and the gas comes out, and the suppressor has chambers, and the gas expands in the chamber because the gas makes the noise when it comes out of the barrel. Boom! When the gas it expands in them chambers and it burns it off before it gets to the end. He thought he was going to make two chambers out of these two bottles, and there's no freaking way. If you ever watch somebody try that shit with 22s, now what Blackbeard is saying, I've seen them do it. They stuff steel wool in there or cotton. That will freaking muffle the sound. I seen pictures of this guy's thing. This is from Cowboy State Daily in Wyoming. He didn't do that. He just had them taped together like he saw Steven Seagal do it in Out for Justice or some shit. And
Keto.
Yeah, Keto man. He it didn't work that way. I can tell you that. They got the guy. I can't stand poachers, Blackbeard. Especially like you say, if they don't, even if they eat them, it pisses me off because, I have my beefs with Game and Fish, but if it wasn't for Game and Fish, I personally know guys who would shoot every goddamn deer they see like it was a prairie dog, and there would be no deer left. I mean, to quote Tombstone, there got to be some law, right? You got to have something other, unfortunately.
You know me, I'm a small government guy, but you got to have some law.
Yeah, you got to. Yep. So let me get a few comments here, and then we're gonna hit on here the waiting periods. Unless you got anything to add to this, other than
no. Basically, all I have to add is this guy sounds like a dumbass. He got what he deserved. So
literally. I mean, I couldn't believe it took him that long to catch his Joker, but
that's disturbing, man.
Yeah, I mean, it did kind of tick me off that the deer was on the playground, but all right. So Eric Waylon Turner says, Eric, contact Scott Bachmeyer. I would guess he'd probably take it. Coyote, yeah. If you haven't listened to Scott Bachmeyer, Scott has a coyote problem for sure down there, and he says even now. You ever been to Scott's place? He ranches on like 13,000 acres. It's massive there with big. I mean, it's in the Badlands. There's big ravines. There's big cedar trees packed in where everything can hide in there. So yeah, and he's one guy, and he is like Blackbeard. You think you're remote? Scott's remote out there big time. So a lot of people who do want to do it probably don't want to drive down there. It's a drive from Bismarck, but yeah, get a hold of Scotty. He awesome guy. I've known Scott for years. Super awesome guy. Got a great radio show too. If you're not aware of that, it's every Saturday, 8 a.m. Central. He's got that on K-Fire and YouTube, and every night I think 5:40 he's got a piece he does. He's on other radio stations. I'm saying the ones that I've listened to on K-Fire. So Josh Patterson, what's up, fellas? I'm way late to the party tonight. No problem, Josh. I imagine you were either construction season's getting short, so you were working late, or you were working on a derby car, or possibly both. So
the thing about guys like us is we do stuff. We're not sitting around twiddling our thumbs and knitting doilies watching MSNBC getting our old dander up and the pinkies out. We got dirt under our fingernails and grease on our hands and calluses and whatnot because we're out there doing stuff. We are the guys that build shit. We are
That's
the guys that made America what it is, so the whiny little soy boys out there can lay in the lap of luxury and bitch and moan about everything. Don't get me started.
so.
What
LF,
I said all that to say, Josh, you're all right.
Which framer was it that said if a republic, madam, if you can keep it when they came out of the
That was
convention?
Benjamin Franklin when they
Okay.
came out of the convention. She's like, Mr. Franklin, sir, what type of government did you give us? And he said, a republic, if you can keep it.
What?
And
Wait a minute. Wait. I was sort of our democracy was in distress.
what?
Yeah, that's what I was hearing from the leftists. The democracy's under attack.
There's no such thing as a democracy.
Yeah, I knew, brother.
We
No,
are
I'm
a
just getting out of there. No,
constitutional
I
republic.
love it. Eric, he says,
A
you made-
democracy is a bunch of wolves looking at a sheep voting on what's for dinner.
so we have a democratic process of voting to elect people, but our government is a representative republic. I mean, am I correct saying that, Blackbeard?
You are, but I think that gives too much credence to those idiots.
I know. I
We
don't.
vote for a
They've actually
representative.
ruined the word
representative-
democracy for me, just like they. Yeah, among other words. But Eric says, "I need some help setting that up." Eric will do. I'll talk to Scott. Waylon Turner says, "Well worth the drive down to Scott's place. Absolutely, freaking beautiful place down there." Like I said, Scott's can't get a more gracious host. And Eric says his radio show is great. Yes, it is. Love listening to Scott's show. I mean, it's a Saturday morning ritual for me. Really, I almost don't like when I miss it, but if I do, I catch up on it on YouTube. Josh Patterson says, finishing the car up Saturday, a little more welding, and it'll be ready to ruin someone's day. That's right. Love it. All right. Blackbeard, are waiting periods to purchase firearms constitutional or unconstitutional?
I don't know.
Right. You're right.
Means exactly that. And I had no idea. It reads, and this is on NRA Explorer. This is Monday. Today, the National Rifle Association, Second Amendment Armory, and 3 NRA members in partnership with Mountain State Legal Foundation filed a lawsuit challenging Florida's waiting period requirements for firearm purchases. So, Florida's Constitution was amended in 1998 to impose a mandatory 3-day waiting period between the purchase and the delivery of any handgun sold at retail, with the only exceptions being for concealed weapons permit holders and for trade-in of other handguns. And then in 2018, they passed a law that broadened the waiting period to include all firearms. Now, with limited exception, except anyone who purchases a firearm must wait a minimum 3 days after the seller initiates a background check to take possession of his or her firearm. That means if you go into the store in Florida and you buy it, you do the background check, that thing takes 15 minutes, you get it back, you still have to wait 3 days. So, the NRA, along with these other affected parties, they filed a motion challenging that, and I agree with it. This filing challenges Florida's cooling off waiting period. It comes just days after the 10th Circuit ruled that New Mexico's 7-day cooling off period violates the Second Amendment in Ortega versus Grisham, another case brought by the NRA. And they have a little
Grisham's our governor.
Huh?
Grisham is New Mexico's governor. Big anti-gun, Lou John Grisham.
Yep. And for nearly 35 years, law-abiding Floridians have had to endure the unconstitutional laws that arbitrarily deny them access to legally purchased firearms. And that's John Comerford, the executive director of the NRA ILA. Thanks to NRA's landmark Supreme Court victory in New York, SRPA versus Bruin, illogical, nonsensical, and unconstitutional gun control laws like this are being thrown out in federal courts across the country, and I agree with that. And I'm looking at waiting periods like this. I'm looking at all the hoops that law-abiding citizens have to jump through, and then you see red flags like what happened in Minnesota today, and you
Mm-hmm.
see people who are clearly mentally disturbed. And so they're not going after those guys. What they do with those guys is they support those guys who are mentally unstable. They celebrate them. They give them a month. They light up the friggin' White House with their colors. And they're
Yeah, they did
clearly
do that. That's right.
mentally unstable. But if you're in Florida or New Mexico and you're just a law-abiding citizen, you want to buy a gun, they make you jump through hoops. I don't like that.
So
And
that was
I'm hoping that now, like, I don't know what was going on in 1998 back in Florida. Obviously, there was crazy crap going on, and maybe in 2018,
well, Rick Scott was governor, and that was after the Parkland shooting, and they passed it.
yep,
DeSantis tried to get all that overturned, but they got some. I'm not
you
going
got
to
to be
say they're
careful.
rhinos, but they're anti-gun. They got some anti-gun tinge to them, Republicans, and I think there's Senate majority leaders kind of DeSantis wanted, but he did get a lot of shit overturned, but a lot of them, they put a knife in his back over it.
I'm telling you, we have got to be very careful. Like things like what happened today, and I just read to you what Trey Gowdy said. White
God,
people.
I can't believe that
Yeah,
guy.
Trey friggin' Gowdy. So whenever things like this happen, and they are bad, bad things, and I have my own opinion on how we stop them. But the go-to mantra of everybody on the left and the squishy, spineless right is we got to do something about the guns. The guns ain't the problem. The people are the problem. It's like
Mhm.
me, if I got up right now, I got an axe over there, and I chopped off my neighbor's leg or something. It's not the axe that's the issue. It's
Mhm.
my crazy ass. And until we start thinking along those lines, politicians are going to politic, and they're going to politic away just bit by bit. What part of shall not be infringed do these assholes not understand? Is
A
what I
lot of
want to
it.
know.
A lot of it.
A lot of it, and apparently it's not just liberals. It Trey Gowdy on Fox News today.
So,
Trey, do I need to read that again? Do I
le-
need to pull that up again?
yeah, read
That
that
was
again. Actually, good evening, Clayton Peterson. You pull that up, Leah, and I'll read another comment here. Yeah, 18 wheels and dozen six shooter says even in commie Massachusetts, which is insane because that's where America started, and that out in the coast. We don't have a wait time. Vermont dies through, and they have been died in the wool liberal, right? I think that's what he's saying, died in the wool liberal, and they have been constitutional carry since the start of time. Yeah, all right, you got Trey pulled up there, LF.
give me
So
a
any
second.
so
Basically what he said,
yeah,
good
give
God,
us
I closed that. He says that we need to have a conversation about gun control as a country. It seems that every time this happens, it is, and then there's inaudible, a white male issue.
So I was thinking about that, and you know what he's trying to get around about ways get the AR-15, right? So this guy had I don't have an AR, he had a shotgun, a bunch of pistols, and a revolver,
He had a
and
couple of yards.
so 17 people were wounded, right? I mean, like 4 or 5 seriously and 2 killed.
Yep.
So it reminds me, I got it on my phone. I'm not going to look it up, and I can find a numerous amount of these. The school shooting, I can't remember the kid's name. I think he was Hispanic, white, because you were talking about they said it was all white guys.
He was
Went
white
into
passing.
I can't remember right, and he went into the school with a 870 pump, like his dad's bird hunting shotgun, right, with buckshot and a revolver. Leon, he killed 10 people, and he wounded 8 or 10 more, right? So, okay, Trey Gowdy, does that mean we got to have a conversation about 3-round pump shotguns and revolvers too? Is that what we got to do too? You little
Seriously.
pinhead. He is
Do
a
you
little
know?
pinhead too. He's got that little pinhead like somebody shrunk his head.
Yeah, that dude, he used to be a rock star. And
Yeah.
now, and what we have to do,
I mean, his
like
brain
that
shrunk,
idiot
obviously.
Klobuchar, automatic weapons, blah, blah, blah. We got to stop conceding to these people. We don't
First of all,
have
they're
to do something.
semi-automatics.
We don't have to do something. Like I could if that guy walked into that school with my Typhoon loaded with my knockout rounds, he would do more damage than he did with whatever the gun
Yeah.
he had
Like, yeah,
when he
that's what
went
they
in.
told you. The kid in Texas, he was like
Yeah, yeah. That's why I used that example.
17, and he used buckshot, and he went in. It was not going to pull it up, but and he used
Yeah.
it was a 6-shot 38 revolver, and he killed he killed far more than this guy did with his AR-15 in Minnesota today on little kids. He went into high school and he killed. So is that what we got to,
We got to reject that language. Just hard stop.
exactly.
Like with Trey, I'm glad to see Trey Gowdy is getting dragged all over social media as he should be, because that is a dumbass sentiment.
I mean,
It is not white. It is not white males that are the problem. It is the broken boys in our society that we are breaking in real time. That is the problem. How many of these mass shooters are absent a father figure in the home? Probably 98% of them. I guarantee you. How many of them are on SSRIs? How many of them have come in contact with some social worker or who has a white liberal mother that hugged him too much and now he thinks he's effeminate? I mean, how many? These are broken kids. That's the problem. It's not the firearms. It's not the guns. I would like to believe that if I owned a like a gun store or something like that, and I saw a pink-haired, clearly disturbed person come in, I'd be like, because you do have the right to refuse service, for any
Yeah,
reason.
absolutely.
And I would like to think that if this kid came into my store and I took one look at him, I'd be like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. And you know, but the thing that we don't need is the hogs of the world, and apparently Trey Gowdy and the people like this to use this tragedy, and it hurts my heart whenever
Oh,
I
me
see
too. I
kids.
have so much respect for him.
No,
He's got a
like,
show Sunday nights on Fox, like he's on
yeah,
like after Levin.
and like you hear a heartbreaking story like this one, and it pulls at your heartstrings. But what you got to do is you got to man the fuck up. You cannot allow people like Trey Gowdy and Klobuchar and that soy boy mayor that they got there to talk
Oh
about,
my
oh,
God, he's worth
gun laws, and we
Jacob
need
Fryboy.
comprehensive. No, no, you know what we need? Get rid of gun-free zones. That's what we need. What we need is having teachers there who, if they love your kid, will stand in the breach for your kid and put a bunch of hot slugs in this idiot's
Y-
ass.
So
That's what you need. You need, like, again, we'll go back to my son. I don't send my son anywhere there's not a man armed. That man is gonna be me or the person that I'm taking him to. I have a couple of really good friends. All of them are farmers. One of my best friends is Dan Johnson. He probably doesn't want me to say his name, but I have no problem
he's
with
outed.
Eli going out there, staying the night, staying the weekend. You know why? Because I know that Dan, if something goes down wherever he is, will put one in the ass of the perpetrator with no problem, with
Yeah.
100% protection of my kid. Now, I don't feel that same way dropping him off in Cass County public school system, which is why he doesn't go to Cass County public school system or Ransom County or Enderlin or anywhere. Yeah,
Mhm.
it is just not feasible to me as a father who loves his son, who is a protector, to send him off to a friggin' kill box because some soy boy in Minneapolis said, well, we got to put gun free, it's got to be a gun free zone. No, screw you. This is my kid. This is my family. And when are men going to stand up and feel that? These are children, and you're sending them unprotected, knowing that they're these crazy friggin' left-wing loons out there. That's what we got to fix. That's what we got to fix. And I'm done. I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah, no, by all means. That's I was just looking up.
man.
So I was just looking at a comment here. Axe here says Minnesota has gun control laws. They have red flag laws. None of it worked. Well, they also have a waiting period to purchase a firearm in Minnesota is 5 business days. So they had a waiting period. What you're talking about right here, LF, the unconstitutional waiting period. How good did that work? And I know they passed, Clay and I have talked about it. I apologize. I don't remember all of them, but they passed like 2 or 3 other ones. Didn't work. And it never works. Gun control laws never work. You know,
Chicago has the strictest gun control laws in the country. MFers are getting shot every day there.
Yeah.
That's why they need Trump over there now. DC, same thing. Tough, strict gun laws and whatnot. People are getting murdered in the face. Not now, not for 12 days, because Trump came in there and daddy is home and he's done took the belt off. So everybody's acting right now. Except the left-wing media, and we're going to get to that.
I mean, there's some TDS people on our side that still, I don't know, my spidey senses are telling me this is a bad thing. Shut the up, would you? Just sit. Where you live, you're not afraid of having your kids walk out to go to the freaking store and buy a gallon of milk. You know, they can do that in DC now. I mean,
yeah, the biggest thing with me is seeing these white liberals going, but
white liberal women are the worst.
They're down and blah blah. The crime stats are down, and then they're talking to all these black people on the street, just sticking a mic in their face, and the black people are like, "No, I feel safe now. I can actually roll up to a stoplight and stop and not worry about my car being jacked."
Yeah, sitting there looking in your freaking mirrors the whole time till the light turns green.
God, what is Tyrone down the street doing? No, they don't have to worry about that now. But me and Thomas had this discussion on my social media, and he's trying to tell me, but CNN says the stats are blah blah blah, and this and that. I'm like, what are you, an idiot? Talk to the people in those neighborhoods. Black people are 122% more likely than white people to be murdered in the face in DC before Donald Trump took over that state. 122% more likely. Yet you got some white liberal telling me, but the stats say.
Well, all of a sudden they came up with the stats. I never heard a word about it until Trump started talking about bringing the National Guard, and really just magic. All of a sudden your murder rate dropped 20%. That's amazing, because I didn't hear that shit for the last.
Dude, no murders since they took over. I think I might have heard of one today, but since from the time
it was the first one in like 7 or 10, 12 days or something. And that hasn't happened. I don't know how many years, but So Brian Warner says, let me get some comments here, Blackbeard. Brian Warner says, chicken excrement shot through the windows. Yeah, he did. That's exactly what he did.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that he shot through the window too.
Only an AR-15 can shoot through windows.
Which is why you need cameras. And I'm shocked at
not only that, he cased the place out. He had it in a manifesto. He laughed at him. He said they're in for a big surprise. He laughed at him because he said the teachers wouldn't have anything to do. Lots of gun control in Minnesota. Gene Cox says didn't work. Eric Newman, gun control means using both hands and hitting your target. Absolutely. Yep. And the Bismarck school, the school board here is guilty of this, because they're and I know some of the school board members, and nice people. Pisses me off because there are a lot of comments. Oh, why would you think guns in schools would be?
Why not?
Because what are you gonna do? Because what you've been doing hasn't been working as a record as long as my freaking arm. That no guns in schools by staff. Oh, we got a resource officer. Oh, really? So he's on one end of the school, she would, and something happens on the other end. They got an AR. Okay, they got an AR, and then it's locked in a safe in their super secret room. No,
the resource officer is a target. So if I am going to cause mayhem, and you got one resource officer, that's the guy I'm hitting first. What you want is janitors and teachers and
100%.
ladies and you want that guy, if that guy's going to come into that area, to know it's not a gun-free zone, and that anyone in there will put him down, and you don't know who.
Yeah.
You can be open carry, concealed carry, whatever you want to be.
That's
but
the
you
way it's
can't
got to
do
be.
that.
Just like if you're in
Yeah.
public and that happens. And,
Be a gray
you know,
dude. Be a
you
gray
get
man.
Eli Dickin dropping his dork in Indianapolis at the mall there with 40. I mean, it was a hell of a shot.
Yep.
A couple he got him. Citizens never stop that stuff, JD. Believe me, they stop it
100%.
way more than you
Yep.
can even freaking imagine. It just isn't. It's not reported all the time. And once in a while, you got to listen to shows like this and shows like 2A701, which is coming on board next week. And I'll be back on with 701 Nation as well. But yeah, we need more than resource officers, man. Am I glad they're in schools? Yes, I am. And I think when our friend Mayor Bakken was in there, he is part of getting that done, which I appreciate. But as Clay will tell you, the school board has the power to let teachers be armed, and they refuse to do it here. And
I'm telling you, we let
Leon, I can tell you this. If my kid gets shot or killed in a school because of something like this, I'm not going to come looking for the guy who did the shooting. I mean, because he'll probably be gone. But the school board members, those people, because you're responsible for not defending these schools with armed staff.
Yeah. If I love Eli. Like that dude, he gave me half the gray hairs in my beard, but I'll kill a brick over.
Yeah.
So why in the hell would I drop him off? And I know that he is a potential victim. There's no way I'm going to do that. There's no way. And I don't understand why more men aren't pissed off. Like there's no scenario where I could go into a school board and a bunch of soy boys and white liberal women are going to tell me, "Nope, you just got to hand your kid over to us. Nope, we're not going to protect them at all." There's in no scenario will that happen. None. And I don't understand it.
Yeah.
And I think more conservatives should run for school board, but I don't believe that they'll get in. I just don't. I think
I wanted to, and my wife told me you're never running for school board. My wife's a teacher. She said you are never running for. I want to. I want to because
there would be a campaign against you.
Good friends of mine who are teachers, LF will, and I know you're definitely more of a religious man than me, but their thought is I just God's going to protect us. There's not going to be any school shootings, and I'm like, really? He's going to bring his hand down? No, man, this is school teachers telling me this.
No.
The church, they were praying when he got shot. Yeah, I'm like, does this just change your mind now?
So again, there's this old joke. There's a guy, he's drowning, and he is devout, and he's like, Jesus will save me. And then, like a steamship comes by, and the guy's like, "Hey, get on the boat," and the guy goes, "Nope, Jesus is going to save me." And then a raft comes by, and he looks at it, and he's like, "Yeah, no, Jesus will save me." And then he drowns. And then he goes up and he's standing in front of Jesus and he's like, "I thought you were going to save me." And Jesus says, "Well, I sent a cruise ship and, and I believe, I think that that's the missing part. What Jesus, what our Lord, what Jesus has given us is men to protect. That's what we do. And we're allowing effeminate, homosexual, just weak people to tell us that we're the problem. We are not the problem. We are the defenders. And that's the way it should be. So anyone that says that you're too masculine or you speak too forcefully or you sit with your legs open and you mansplain and all of that, you tell them to shut the hell up. I do all of this so
I forgot about the
there
legs
like a
open
little
thing.
soy boy with your pinky out drinking your soy milk and your latte. I gave you that. So shut up and sit down.
I
And
forgot about the,
not to mention, when it comes to my kids, or your kids, like I see a kid hurt, man, it hurts my heart because
Oh,
there's no need
Leon,
for
I
it.
couldn't imagine, as you and everybody probably, I could not imagine if I got the call that my one of my kids was shot to death in school by some piece of crap like that.
You'd have to restrain me.
Yeah, well, that's
Like
what I'm saying, and that's what I'm saying. The school board's responsible for it because they won't defend. There's all these people out there. We got to do something. Thoughts and prayers don't work anymore, and a lot of these some
God
people
sent
are
you.
liberals. You damn right
God
that doesn't
sent
work
you.
anymore. Right, that doesn't work. I mean, I'm not saying don't go ahead and pray. Believe me, do that. Keep these people in your prayers. But hey, God's not going to take care of everything. And if you're not defending these schools where our children are and our teachers and our staff, don't just
Jamie,
forget about I mean, the kids are
God does
number one.
take care of it. God sent
Yes.
you.
Yes. And
That's who he does.
the same, I told you I have teacher friends.
Yeah.
I have plenty of teacher friends, Blackbeard, that are more than willing to they had a thing here in a bill in to pass through Congress in North Dakota. Take the police shooting test, right? Police proficiency test. Nope, the school board said no, we're not going to allow that. We did no more guns in schools isn't the answer, really.
You know what I do when I see no guns, no weapons
I know I'm
allowed
echoing
in the
Eric.
store?
I don't understand.
I walk right in.
It's been going since the beginning. So
Yeah,
go
I
ahead.
walk right in. I mean, if I were a teacher and we had some little mamby-pamby meeting where all the little idiots are sitting there like, "Oh my God, guns are scary. We can't have them in school." I just sit there and shake my head. And the next day when I come, will be like every day I ever go anywhere. I will be armed, waiting for a mamby-pamby soy boy to walk in so I can aerate his ass. Because that's what God put me on this earth to do. Take out
Yeah.
trash like that.
Yep. I mean, where's
Our
that?
church, the church we were attending in Fargo. I love that church. But when this issue
There you
came
go.
up,
Left right here. Hold on a minute. Right here.
Sure. Yep.
And Jesus said, if you don't have an AR-15, sell your garments and buy one.
I got that on the back of my truck.
I'm kidding.
100%. When this issue came up at the church that I was in, we were affiliated with in Fargo. Me and a bunch, like, again, I don't go to a church unless, you know, it's up my alley. So meaning a
Right.
lot of manly men there, patriotic dudes. And so there was no issue. Like when this came up, I remember, I forget, like 5 years ago or whatever, when they were having a big discussion. Like all of the guys that were in there were already armed, already came to church armed, and there was no issue. Like, hey, are we going to do this? Well, sure. Yeah, there you go. And we're done. The church that I'm affiliated with now, same thing. I am not going anywhere without being able to protect my family because that's what God intended me to do. And if you are a Gaia lover, that's what nature intended you to do. Be a protector. Be a protector.
Yeah, I mean, we've left churches basically because of me, because I found out they were anti-gun, no concealed carry. I'm like,
Nice.
no.
Nice.
When you go in there, and if you think you're gonna pull some Neo stuff here when the bullets are flying and block them with your hand, you go ahead and try that, because no, I'm gonna rely on my God-given eyesight here to line up the 3 irons and let her buck. So
God made me ornery and gave me good eyesight. So
you know what I'm gonna do? I hate to do it, but yeah, you know what? I might just do. Here's what I'm gonna do. Well, I was gonna do a long commercial break in because I do got to take a whiz, but I'm not gonna do it.
Get the sponsors in.
No, I will do it, but here's what I'm gonna do. Because I mean, I can't give the guys who don't give like the big dog does more time. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do my number 1 mag dump, and then I'm gonna let you go into your mag dump there, your number 1 there, about Trump tightening the screws, because we got about 30 minutes left. And then I'm gonna go use the gentleman's quarters there. Well, you go ahead and get on a Trump. So our boy Beto, remember Beto, right? You Beto, right? Remember that video? You Beto, right? Give me a hell yeah! I'm gonna take your gun. Remember Beto O'Rourke.
Irish Mexican? Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, well, it's like the the Jewish president of Mexico now, right? How's that?
So we're not going to even talk about that. Come on. Come on.
I mean, if we have more time, I'm in on it. But
Right.
all right, Beto. So Beto, the failed presidential, gubernatorial, and senatorial candidate in Texas, recently said he's going to go ahead and stand by his viral 2019 gun confiscation comments, LF. Well, he appeared on, I never heard of this character, which I'll give him credit. He kind of questioned him on it here. Hassan Minaj podcast called Hassan Minaj Doesn't Know. Do you ever heard of that?
No.
Okay.
I'm not gay.
So O'Rourke was asked if he regretted making the extremely unpopular comment during a 2019 Democratic presidential primary debate in which O'Rourke said, "Hell yes." And then you got that stupid, remember he did that dumb bounce forward and he was like, "Hell yes, we're going to take your AR-15. And I'm like, no, you're not.
You and who else?
I mean, you personally for sure aren't O'Rourke, but so Minaj says to him here, "This was extremely unpopular, and I just want to let you know."
Is his name Minaj?
Yes,
That's
Minhaj. Minhaj. Okay, is it Minhaj or Minaj? Minhaj.
There's a double entendre there, dude. That's all I'm saying.
It's not Kylie Minaj. So he said this was extremely unpopular, and I just want to let you know we've all said things on stage we regret, myself included. Do you regret saying that as you were running for president? Which, like I told you, kind of shocked me. The dude asked him that, right?
Yep.
And Minaj showed a clip of O'Rourke. You know what Beto O'Rourke said? No, just straight up no. It should be noted that O'Rourke suspended his campaign just a month after making these comments. Yep. Former President Biden, we all remember him, right? The meat puppet, also promised from the campaign trail to have O'Rourke on his team. In quotes here, LF, I remember this, to take care of the gun problem. Remember that? I'm going to get him on board to take care of the gun problem.
Yeah.
But he never did include him in any official capacity. Minaj then, he didn't let up on him here, this Minaj. I'm going to have to look this cat up. Then showed a clip of O'Rourke during his failed gubernatorial run confronting Texas Governor Greg Abbott after 2022, the Uvalde shooting. We talked a little bit about that earlier, with Minaj asking if his sentiments that day reflected the median voter in Texas or the median comment in O'Rourke's comment section, because clearly the people of Texas did not want this change. Of course, O'Rourke dodged it, didn't answer it directly, and said, I find common ground with my opponents in the form of raising the minimum age to purchase AR-15s to 21. That's not common ground. That's common ground with like 3 Republicans, like maybe with Trey, my head got shrunk and Gowdy, and with all the red flag laws and so-called background checks. He said he's got common ground. No, you don't, dude. Texas doesn't have that crap. That you don't have common ground there with them. This is not my perfect solution, O'Rourke said. But here we go, LF. And I want more. Just like if you give them something, if you give them red flag laws, they don't quit there. They didn't quit there in the assault weapons ban under Bill Clinton. They kept trying to pass that crap constantly. It's never enough. And Beto, which maybe he was mad and let it slip, but you know what? O'Rourke said this is supposedly popular proposals. His supposedly popular proposals have not been enacted because of, oh boy, here we go, the big ghost, the boogeyman, the NRA. Good proud life member right here, NRA pimp. Exactly. Even when Uncle Wayne was in there doing some nefarious stuff I didn't necessarily agree with, the NRA was still swinging the big hammer and busting skulls. And
Jamie, who's got more money, George Soros or the NRA?
Oh, George Soros has more money in his ashtray and his car seats than the NRA has in their coffers.
Again, they like to throw around that boogeyman, but if it weren't for the NRA and folks like that, we'd be Australia right now.
That's you're exactly right. And I actually got a good story about Australia coming up on probably my first episode of 701. Yeah, it's probably not. It is good. You'll like that one. So, all right, we're not gonna. Here's what we're gonna do. You do the presidential Trump tightens the screws, and I still got Austin Dillon and the Winchester car, and we got the happy ending Chronicle. We got 20 minutes. I'm gonna let you roll with it, and I guess you do the President Trump tightens the screws in D.C. I'm gonna go take care of some some Coors Light stuff, and I'll be back. And then I'm quite certain you'll be here. And then after you're done, we're gonna play the big eggplant, and then we'll finish the show off. How's that sound, Blackbeard?
100%.
We'll do a little social media action too before we get up. It's probably gonna, if you're listening right now, and I did look actually on X. We got right on X. We got like 40, 50 people listening. It's not showing up on our. So the X must be having problems. And like, come on, Elon, quit working on the spaceship and work on your social media
Elon
platform.
is juggling a lot of pies, including a baby mama who is very greedy. I don't know if you heard that.
Hey, he did say he's done with his little fantasy of his own party. He's on JD Vance's wagon for 2028. So
Of course, life.
spelled it wrong.
Eric is giving.
Yeah. All right, Leon, get.
All right.
I'll be back. You go ahead and get it.
I'm good. I'm good.
Screws on crime in DC. Take it away, brother.
So I'm going to backtrack just a little bit while Daddy's away. The guys will play. One of the things that I mentioned today was you got Beto, you got all these politicians, including Trey Gowdy out there, and they're talking about gun control and blah blah blah, this and that on my social media, and I posted a lot. But one of the posts that got a lot of traction was this one, and I'm just going to read this, and then we'll go on to the issue. Well, not issue in my opinion, but with Trump taking over D.C., there is talk about him going to Chicago and liberating those folks. But I wanted to do this. This is one of my social media posts. Just FYI, good guys with guns stop bad guys with guns. Minnesota should stop daydreaming and start dealing with hard realities. Protect schools, protect churches. Number one, reject and discard the policies that make these places soft targets. Number two, stop voting for liberal retards like Tim Walz. Number three, and this is what Jamie and I have been discussing here for about 15, 20 minutes. Men need to reclaim their God given duty to be protectors and reject sending their loved ones into kill boxes because weak, effeminate men implement weak, effeminate policy and tell them that they have no choice. I don't go anywhere unarmed, and I never send my loved ones anywhere. Protectors and common sense are not. And I think that is a thing that is missing in our society. So, that being said, I had to get that off my chest, So, Trump takeover of D.C. So, in case you're not familiar with it, there's just D.C. has been a garbage of a town, and DC's violent crime streak is, like Trump has said before, worse than some third world countries. Like it's worse than like places in Argentina and where the narcos are, and even in Baghdad and Afghanistan, it's worse than that. And so I think the last straw was there were multiple high profile folks that got mugged, carjacked, beat up in DC. And then Trump, to his credit, saw it and said, we can't do this anymore. There has to be the crime in DC. And you got to understand, DC is a liberal town. They voted like 90 some odd percent for who is it, Kamala Harris or Joe Biden or whoever. So it's that town is just it's left wing. It's nuts. They have DI hires out the wazoo, and they've been cooking the books on crime stat and everything to make it look semi decent. Yet people are getting murdered every day. So Trump moves in. He bolsters the police department there with whatever they need. He brings in the National Guard and says, "You guys are going to back these guys up." He puts Bearcats in the streets where it is the most dangerous, and there are I cannot tell you how many videos of residents there, not the people that they're bussing in for the protest. George Soros has paid for them to bus in all these white liberals to come in and say, "Oh, Orange man bad. He's a dictator. This and that." None of that is true. The residents on the ground, the black folks who are being murdered at 122% above any other constituency in DC, those people are telling Donald Trump in video, in person, that they appreciate him. And you're not going to get that from the mainstream media. Like, there's so many videos, I just cannot even tell you how many. Young moms that are walking their kids in their strollers to the park for the first time ever because Donald Trump has made the city safe now. They went on I forget how long, it's at least 10 days without a single murder in D.C. What Donald Trump did in 2 weeks in D.C. drops the national crime rate by a couple of percent. Think about that. Think about that.
Awesome.
And now, Donald Trump, there has been some scuttlebutt that and I am not 100% on board with him going to Chicago. Let's get that out of the way. In D.C., he has 100% constitutional authority to do that. I believe that. And in Chicago, it's a bit of a sticky wicket, but that city is in trouble.
Oh yeah.
But you got, again, white liberals putting their stupid spin on things, especially, and they love doing this. They love doing this. They'll go and stick a mic into some downtrodden black person's face, and they're like, "Yeah, we know we got this person." So they'll say what we want. I'm gonna read you a quote. So this is a black Chicago resident, and this white liberal reporter sticks a mic in her face and asks her, "What do you think about the Trump takeover of D.C. and Chicago and his designs to come to Chicago?" The black Chicago resident says, and I quote, "The governor as well as the mayor should be on board with it, deploying troops just so we can get a bit more security in Chicago." End quote. White liberal CNN reporter says, "But crime has dropped since 2024. Don't you feel safe? Don't you feel stupid for asking that question? But don't you feel safer?" End quote. The black Chicago resident says, "No, not at all. No." Like, emphasis on the nose, especially with the police being defunded. The thing that CNN and all these liberal ticker tapes have been pushing is the funding of police. Oh, BLM, BLM. The white liberal CNN reporter says, "But crime is down." She's telling a resident of Chicago that crime is down. Like, no, honey, you're too stupid to understand what the stats say.
Mhm.
I know you live here and all, and your cousin Shanae was carjacked 2 days ago, and Tyrone and them down the street got shot at. But my statistics say that crime is down. The black Chicago resident says, "And trust in you is gone." Oof.
Making more Republican voters, man.
I'm telling you. And Trump said something that is 100% true. I see it in my feed. There are a lot of black dudes rocking red hats.
Oh
A
yeah.
lot of white dudes. And so I posted this on my social media, this whole thing, because the video of this just went viral. It's nuts. White liberal woman reporter from CNN is shocked that a black woman wants law and order in her city. Oh my God.
Terrible.
Even if President Trump is the one who brings it. Don't you just love it when white liberals tell black Americans that rampant crime in their neighborhoods is not a problem because of stats?
Because I live 20 miles away from you and it doesn't bother me. What are you talking about?
I have white liberals in my feed that make the same damn argument. But CNN says the statistics, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, black citizens are dying at alarming rates. It's the soft bigotry of low expectations. It's they expect those black people to deal with a little murder, a little rape. As long as
Come
if we
on.
can cook the books and keep our DEI hires in there, then everything is copacetic. But these black folks are being like, y'all crazy. We need some help up in here. Bring Daddy Trump in here. Pull off the belt, smack some people around. Let's get some order in this mother.
Get the snap, get that belt snapping.
Yeah,
I remember
100%.
that. All right.
There you go.
Great. I mean, I don't see any negatives to it, really.
No. Everything. And again, what Trump is showing us is this stuff can be done, but we have to have the
and in short order.
Yeah, in very short order. But we have to have the testicular fortitude to do it. That's the only thing that's lacking here.
And
again,
he is.
Like people like me and Jamie and Brian. I read some great comments.
Yeah, we'll get to some comments here in a sash,
but on social media. But it takes folks like us standing up to folks like Beto or folks like even Trey Gowdy. It takes folks like us saying, "Nah, that's not going to work for me," and sticking to it.
All right, awesome, man. Love it, LF. We're gonna do the eggplant. We'll be back. Got one more. I'll make it short. I'll encapsulate this one for you, and we got the happy ending, and then we got to do a little social media action where LF's going to be Friday, and what's coming up next week here. We got some changes coming. Gonna be good. We'll get to some comments. We didn't miss you guys' comments. Hang tight. We'll be right back.
LAUER Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at LAUER Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with LAUER, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake. LAUER Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at LAUER Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's LAUER Auto Repair, 701-258-6308.
701-258-6308.
Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Big old 45 slug with that beautiful right-hand twist coming out there, coming back into the show. JD here, Guns in the 701. My man, Blackbeard 2A701. And everybody, don't make sure you don't leave it. Don't hit before you hit that like button. And if you're feeling real good, go ahead and subscribe if you're new to the show. Appreciate everybody hanging in there. Like I said, we kind of got some difficulties with the comments coming through on X. I just went and look. We got 50 plus watching on X. Appreciate everybody over there, everybody over on Rumble. Let me get some of these comments. Our man Brian Warner out there in Dickinson. Has this ever happened at a gun show? Asking for a friend. He's talking about some mass shooting. Not to my knowledge, Brian. I know a few police stations have been shot up, but as far as gun shows, no, I don't think so. Eli got one hell of a dad, says One Shot Cap there. Blackbeard, love it. Eric says, you're echoing from time to time, JD. I know. I noticed that at the beginning. I'm not sure what's going on, Eric. I haven't had that happen in a while, but, apologize for that to anybody, especially everybody listening on the podcast. Clay said he's out here in the land of commies tonight. Yeah, commie soda. Yeah. Josh Patterson, he had to take off. Appreciate it, Josh. He's going to finish listening to the podcast. Brian says, Beto can start at my house when we were talking about, hell yes, I'm going to take your AR-15. Justin Latinsky, when you fill out the 4473, there's a question about your sex. There are 3 boxes you can check: male, female, non-binary. If you check the last one, you should be automatically denied. Non-binary. Yeah.
100%.
Not only that, you have to check non-Hispanic and then white. You can't just say, when it says your race, you can't just check white or black. You got to go non-Hispanic. Why? I asked that on multiple occasions. What is with that? I don't know. They just put it on her now. I'm like, but who cares?
Yeah. That's a weird one.
Yeah, Eric's laughing at my Coors Light. I mean, it's Rocky Mountain water, man. This is made with actual water from the mountains. Like the beer you guys drink, that's come out of the tap. You got chlorine in there and all that other mind-bending shit. This is Rocky Mountain water.
Come on, dude. Come on, man. Oh, wow. Yep.
All right, so real quick, I'm going to hit this. Then I said we got the happy ending Chronicle. Appreciate everybody. So you got watching NASCAR anymore, Leon? Nah, yeah.
Not particularly, no.
Nah, I don't either, because they kind of went woke. They got, please don't bring your stars and bars flags here anymore and all that other crap. They do anyways. If you look at they're flying everywhere in the parking lots, which good. Tell the PC guys to shove it. So Austin Dillon, heard of the guy? Don't know that much about him. Driver of the number 3 Bass Pro Shops Winchester Deer XP Chevrolet for Richard Childress Racing. And the number 3 looks just like Dale Earnhardt's number 3, because Richard Childress was partner to the Dale Earnhardt. And Richard Childress, I mean, the guy's a gun owner. I've seen him. He goes out and hunts deer, loves it. He took first place in the Cookout 400 Richmond Raceway in Richmond, Virginia. Dillon led an impressive 107 out of 400 laps to secure his 2nd consecutive victory in the Cookout 400. So we won it last year too. Who cares? What does that have to do with guns? The dude's out rolling around. I'm going to put a picture of it up right here, as a matter of fact. Here's Dillon's car.
Ride.
It is. Oh, and you'll see what I mean right there. Look at the crew.
Oh.
Camo, got the whole crew. Richard Childress there. Austin Dillon, his beautiful wife, their whole pit crew. Bass Pro Shops also sponsoring these guys. Big whitetail buck paint. I mean, huck fishing. This is the kind of stuff that tweaks liberals right here. I guarantee you, if there's any people that are slightly to the left in NASCAR, they hate this guy. Big, huge Winchester deer season right on both sides of the car. Like I said, and then like the orange, like flame camo almost, right, Leon?
Oh, that's awesome.
Kind of looks like, yeah. But like I said, the number 3 looks just like Dale Earnhardt's number 3. It's freaking awesome. Love it. And the interesting part of this, so Leon, not that he just won, right? First of all, like I said, 2nd year in a row on the track, but he won by 2.47 seconds. And if you never watch NASCAR, you win by 2.5 seconds. You kick some A for sure.
That is
but
big.
He actually won this race with a broken rib. And if you ever had a broken or a cracked rib, which I have, and that is unbelievable. Believe more pain than you think it is. Clay's got some now. I think he got booted, and I got to get this picture off here, don't I? Because I still got it up here. Hang on a second.
Yeah, he's got to get some Boss Hog antlers right on the hood.
This long, that might affect the air drag, but yeah. He was getting his bow down for bow season, bring it down, tune it up, right? Do some target shooting out of his loft in his garage or whatever. Tripped on the ladder, dropped his bow case. It was a hard case. Went down, hit his rib, cracked his rib on it when he fell off. Yeah.
Wait, who? Clay?
No, Austin Dillon.
Oh, Austin. Oh,
Clay got kicked. Clay got kicked in the ribs by some delicious burger on the hoof.
Ooh.
But yeah, Austin Dillon. So this dude's real. He actually goes out and does some hunting. He did a little misstep on the ladder, and he said he wished he'd had a soft case. I don't know, man. You go through the soft case and a broadhead gets you. I think you're better off with a cracked rib than a broadhead penetrating your rib cage there.
Well, what I do is like so that case I got back there, that does when I go hunting, I don't take that thing. I take a soft case. But if you see all my broadheads, like I have practice tips on all of my arrows.
Yeah.
But if I'm hunting, they're in a case by themselves in my soft case, so the chances of that happening are non-existent. Like you
Yeah.
like shivving
I
yourself.
got so I got the crossbow. It's in a hard case. My buddy Wyatt said it looks like I'm carrying around a Stingray, which it does. He's right. Yeah, but I had a soft case. It was bigger, more. I do enjoy the hard case, but
Man, I give you a lot of crap about your crossbow, but I got a friend of mine that lives about 6 miles down the road from me, and he let me play with his crossbow. I shot that bolt about that far into a tree
oh
from
man.
about, I don't know, maybe 15 yards, 10, 15 yards. I'm like, holy crap, that's not even
So,
fair, dude.
like people, like liberals think you get not flaccid. What's the opposite word there? Your phallus gets hard when you shoot a gun. Now, when you shoot a crossbow, I think a crossbow does it way like a gun. I shoot a gun and I'm like, oh God, I feel worked up. No, I don't. I enjoy it, but when I shoot a crossbow, I'm like, man, that sucker's got some. That's so when you come up for pheasant season, you and Eli, I got the Barnett 405, and in fact, bring your bow up because I got targets, and bring your targets. We'll do
I know it. Yep.
I mean, depends on how many deer we got. You guys might go back with some deer meat if you don't have one by then. But
don't tease me, brother.
I'm not.
Don't tease me.
I'm not. Anyway, real quick.
Eli's been looking forward. I told him that we're coming up for the pheasant opener. Oh my God,
Love
he
it.
has it on his calendar, dude.
Get him shooting some shotgun, man, because there's going to be some birds for him to get. And my buddy Wyatt's bought the best bird dog you can have. It's awesome. Deuce, German wire hair. Clay was kind of sideways when he seen me. He's like, oh. And at the end of the thing, Clay's like, God dang, if I get a bird dog, I'm going to get one of them wire hairs, man. It's
sucks as a bird dog.
Yeah.
Absolutely sucks. I love that dog for everything else, but as a bird dog, he does not retrieve, buddy.
Well, to be fair, we do have a coon problem up there again, so
nice. I'll be there.
Might little test his skills. Anyway, Armed Citizen here, happy ending Chronicle. I'm bringing it back. I haven't done this one in a while. Take it back like the old school. Bringing this back from June 1968. Well, that's because that never happens, JD. Citizens never defend themselves with guns. Yeah, they do. I'm upwards from anywhere between hundreds of thousands to millions times a year. So this is from June 68. Real short. Love this one. Matter of fact, this is I actually started carrying a 22 now, LF for my carry.
Really?
Yep. I gotta tell you, but the way my wrist is, honest to God, in about 10 years, I maybe not be able to shoot anything handgun wise other than the 22. It sucks.
BPC 175,
but
with a creatine regimen. Get you right as rain, brother.
I mean, it's definitely getting better, but I don't know. I shoot a 9mm, and it absolutely feels like somebody hits me with a sledgehammer in the wrist. Anyway.
Yep.
Armed Citizen. June 1968. Like my Uncle Dean was in Vietnam back then. Miss Verda Bird, 44, of Claremont, Oklahoma, got out of her car in Tulsa to make an early morning phone call and found herself trapped in the phone booth by a youth who thrust what she thought was a pistol into her back. Yeah, if you don't know, you're young, listen to what a phone booth is, look it up. They were a thing for sure. The youth forced her back into her car and started to clutch her. So in other words, Blackbeard, he was going to rape her.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Oh, unfortunately for the youth, though, Miss Bird snatched her 22 caliber pistol from the seat, shot him, and ran back to the phone booth to summon police. Yeah, because there's no cell phones back then to hit. The wounded youth started her car, rammed the phone booth. But the happy ending of the story is when he did that, he fell dead in the car. Mrs. Bird escaped uninjured. So nothing happened.
I'd imagine that 22 shell was rattling around the entire time.
22. One round from a 22 took him out. So if anybody tells you, now, am I saying carry a 22? No, I'm saying a 22 will get the job done. I mean, I got a 380 as well. I can still shoot the 380 pretty, but
yeah, it's on a gel test. That's impressive.
Yeah. Axe and I both were impressed by that penetration. I was 7 yards, 10 inches. The 22 is going to get it. Trust me. And if the one don't do it, just keep sending them. And the
The way
modern
that thing
ammunition,
flowered, though, the way that thing flowered and
yeah.
the penetration, you're gonna get it. I
And
mean,
dude, we
thing-
shot it through cloth too to make it like, because everybody's like, well, if you shoot it through clothes, it won't open. No, that thing opened up the beautiful Second Amendment Happy Ending Chronicle flower that you will see. If you
yeah,
go
I
watch
think
the
Doug cheated on Lynette a little bit when he.
yeah, he did.
I'm sorry, Dougie.
All right, I'm gonna get to a few comments. Let's see here. Oh, maybe I don't. Oh, Eric just says he needs deer antlers on the hood. Hello. Yeah, he does. I mean, if that doesn't affect his drag on the
He's
ballistic
kidding,
coefficient
like
of that.
me. Man, I love those good old boys down there. I just love it. I love that they stand on family and faith. I like he's standing there with it. The one thing about that culture is it's all about family, faith, and fun. That's it. Like, well, they did try to interject liberal BS in there a couple of years ago, and I just rejected it at that point.
I mean,
But
they just kind of ignored it, man.
yeah. But no, they kept pushing it in your face. This black guy had a noose hanging in his garage. I mean, you remember all that garbage?
Bubba Wallace.
You're just like, oh my God.
Whenever somebody puts, but
But then they had to do like Cracker Barrel had to do. They had to come back to basics.
Yeah.
You know?
And I mean, whenever I seen the other couple weeks ago, Bubba Wallace said somebody wrecked him because he was a black guy, and then pretty much the other driver pretty much said, if you want to go talk about that, go on some DEI freaking racetrack and see how it works. Something anyway. LF
tampon out.
You got coming up Friday. Let's hit that first Friday. Clay's out of town. I'm gonna be working. So who's coming on Todd Mitchell's show?
Yeah, I'm gonna be on with Todd, the radio god, at 8:15 Friday. Don't have it nailed down what we're going to talk about, but there are a lot of things. There are a lot of things, and I can talk. My wife has told me, you need to shut up. And talk. What are you doing? You're in my ear all the time. Anyway, Todd owes me a bowl of grits. We might talk about that or not. I don't know.
Grits and guns, man. I like that.
And then we're going to talk about
grits and guns episode.
That is my most favorite. Like I love your flag back there. I got to do something like that. God, guns, guts. Made America free, 100%. So
Made America
anything I'm involved with is going to have that same sentiment, and it's going to come through this mic. So there you go.
Love it.
Tune in Friday, 8:15. What is it? KFire?
KFYR 550 AM, 99.7 FM if you're in Bismarck, Mandan, and iHeart radio app. You can get that anywhere. So,
as you guys know, I'm new to
free
this whole radio thing. So,
yeah, right? And not only that, starting next week again, 2A701. It's going to be a new show coming on Guns in the 701 Network. All of our platforms. Blackbeard. What date, time, and kind of where can we find that at?
We're going to do Friday, 5 to 7. And what we're going to do is, what's that?
5 to 7 Central Time, or what time what time zone you going to be in?
Oh yeah, Central. I'm in the middle of nowhere, so
okay, yep.
5 to 7 Central, and we're gonna hit a range of topics. Obviously, 2A701. So we're going to talk guns, but we're also going to talk black bearded logic. That means all of those older guys that out there, they all have wisdom. You just need to listen. And the mainstream media and even academia has been kind of pushing us out to the outskirts of relevancy. I want to bring that relevancy back because there's a lot that we have to offer this generation, especially to young men. So I want to be a voice for that. Blackbeard logic,
Love
things
it.
like
which is why I've been calling Leon Blackbeard all night.
Yeah,
so
I can fix you. It's gonna hurt because you're stupid.
And he's gonna,
but you're gonna be okay.
Once you're fixed, man, you got to get worse before it gets better, right? And that's
100%.
So that's September 5th, 5 to 7. All of Guns in the 701 social media outlets. 2A701 episode 1, season 1. with their man Blackbeard right here, LF Leon Franzen, coming
Well,
from the compound there near somewhere in the radar zone of Enderlin.
I'm gonna try to get a lot of outdoor content too, and much to Jamie's chagrin, I'm gonna do some bow stuff.
No,
So,
that's fine, dude. I'm not to my I don't my chagrin with Bo is just like they think that you got a special season and shit and it's too long. I don't like that. So other
we're
than that, I'd
primitive,
bow
dude.
hunting.
You're the original hunters. What are you talking about?
I mean, spear hunting is really, but
You're right.
I'm not doing that shit at all.
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, it should be fun, man. I got a lot of ideas. I see like a lot of folks they don't like things, and this is just me spitballing. I was thinking about this after you and I had a talk. Like a lot of folks don't like duck or geese or
yep.
game or this and that. Like I saw one of our friends, and I don't want to put him on blast, but Wayne, Lil Eagle, he was like, I don't do the grill, so he had a picture out there. I want to do a couple of shows of like cooking duck on open spit. It's
Love
good
it.
stuff, man. I mean,
Love
and
it.
people don't
I
understand
mean,
it,
I want
you
to
know?
see that because I can't stand duck.
Oh, dude, I cook duck on the grill. It's like filet mignon. It
Okay.
tastes like steak. It tastes. I mean, we're gonna have to.
Awesome.
We're gonna nail it down. We're gonna have a couple of shows, some content, doing just the stuff that I like, and I hope you guys love it.
I mean, that's perfect. I love it because, like I said, and then I'm, I might start 701 Nation back up in September, but I'm actually shooting for the first week in October, and I'm planning on doing that on Tuesdays. I talked, I like to do a Saturday show. I was kind of doing it on Saturdays, but I think we're gonna go. I think we're gonna go Tuesday. We'll see. I mean, I'm tentatively doing it. I'm going to get a banner made here instead of this, which I mean, whatever this, I like this too, but it's not as flashy as having a nice banner back there. Talk to my boy Rick down there at Signs and Wonders. We'll see what he can come up with.
Man,
But
don't change that God, guns, and guts. Don't change that. If you do,
Dougie says
I mean, if you
Leon
wanna-
can grill.
I can burn.
He did
And-
tell me that. He said your grilling skills were top notch.
But and
Barbecue, you would say down where you're from.
I yeah. But I also I love, and I don't know how the folks on here feel about this. I love hearing folks from where I'm at talking about things that matter. I love that, man. You don't get that. Like you turn on even the Blaze. Like I got all the subscriptions. You're on there, but it's somebody way over there talking about things from a 300-foot view of things. I don't I love coming on here, hearing Jamie breaking it down to me in that North Dakota way that he's got about him, that rugged outdoor North Dakota type thing. I like JD, that easy going South Dakota thing he's got going. I love that, man. Like I don't do box media very well because I'm a rough around the edges kind of dude. I got beard, that whole thing. So I love this, and I'm hoping the content that I add to you guys' this platform will be
Oh,
palatable to
it's
you
going to
guys
be awesome.
because I'm a Southern boy in North Dakota, and I friggin' love it.
And I kind of ran it by Clay. I still, if he wants to do his own in the wintertime comes around and ranching, there ain't much going on for ranching. Because Clay likes to dig down hardcore into the politics. Hey, we can. The more we're out there, the better. And we got the platform, and we got the, we got Restream to do it on. I mean, we pay the crap every month, so we might as well utilize it, man. If he wants to do that, and because we're still going to do the Wednesday night show, and I don't know, Deacons might come back on board at some point too. So it might be 5 days a week, baby.
Yeah.
Which would be fine with me. So. Well, yeah, Brian Wander says he's looking forward to it, Leon. He's looking forward to it. So me too. Me too, Brian. I love it. All right, LF, you got anything else to add, my man? If not, we're gonna cut it.
8:15 Friday. I don't know what I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna.
I'm gonna say there's definitely gonna be some grits talk. There's gonna be some Minneapolis talk with the shooting.
Grits, guns, and yeah. And the thing with me is,
Hey, it's bow opener, man. You guys maybe maybe you want to talk some bow on. I think that'd be awesome, LF.
I'll dig into that. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's good.
It's 45 minutes, but realistically, you've done some radio. It's probably going to end up being 20, 25 minutes maybe. So, but it's good times with Todd. Todd appreciates.
Yeah, I like Todd. We had a falling out way back. He probably doesn't even remember. I wouldn't call him the radio god, and he was like, "What's up with that?" And we went back and forth, and but yeah, Todd's a good guy. Don't tell him I said.
All right. Well, till next week, Wednesday night. Hopefully, I don't have the feedback because I do hear it in my own ears. Right. But Clay and I will be back on next Wednesday. And again, 2A701 is going to be on next September 5th, 5 p.m. Central Time. You're going 5 to 7. Yep, 5 to 7. You're going to be on.
If that changes, I'll make sure that everyone knows on social media.
Yep.
But I'm looking at 5 to 7. That crazy black dude with the beard out in Enderlin.
And Leon's going to get all our login codes, so he might be doing some shorts and some other videos on our YouTube and Rumble and all that other stuff down there on the compound, right? It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. And hey, you never know. You're up there, if you get up there for pheasant season. You and Clay and I might do a live from the hunting shack.
We will be there. 100.
All right. So we will be plan on that. We will do a live from the hunting shack pheasant opening weekend. I'm not sure what day. We're starting there Friday. We'll be there Saturday and Sunday. But one of them days we'll get it done. But till then, appreciate everybody tuning in. Blackbeard, appreciate you coming on, brother. It's a good show. Hang tight. Right on. I love it. So we'll see you guys next Wednesday. Until then, keep your powder dry.